The Galactic Council had voted unanimously. The humans had proven to be too violent, too unpredictable, to be allowed to remain as part of the interstellar community. Their home solar system would be cleansed of them, wiped free of their presence across every planet, moon, and space station they had infested. The cleansed fleet approached the Sol system silently, cutting off all communications. They didn't want the humans sending last desperate bursts to their far-flung research posts and colonies. Over 1,000 ships arranged themselves in kill spheres around each human world, waiting on the command codes to commence. Down on Earth, chaos reigned as satellites went dark and the skies stayed silent. The cleansed ships made no demands, sent no threats. They simply waited, a sword of Damocles poised over the human race. Then, as the appointed hour arrived, the attack came all at once. Molecular acid bombs rained down on human cities and installations, dissolving them into primordial ooze. The few ships that tried to flee or fight back were swarmed by nanite clouds that took them apart atom by atom. In less than an hour, over 99% of the human population was no more. In 6 hours, there was nothing left that could support human life on the planet. And so it went across the rest of the solar system. The Galactic Council had passed judgment, and humanity was no more. The next 100 years were peaceful for the Council and its member races. Without the humans pushing boundaries, taking risks, challenging assumptions, everything flowed calmly. Science advanced, but only along predictable paths. New colonies were founded, but only in hospitable environments. And yet, there was something missing. A spark. A vital chaos. The humans may have been crude, even dangerous, but the galaxy was emptier without them. When the first human starship reappeared, refusing all hails as it made straight for Sol, the Council was stunned. They dispatched a cruiser to investigate, expecting some leftover automated military vessel, still following its last orders. But when the cruiser matched vectors with the strange ship, it found something entirely different. There were humans aboard, living, breathing humans who stared back defiantly through the video feed. The cruiser escorted the human ship through the Sol jump gate, where an entire cleansed fleet still waited, now on guard against some other upstart race discovering the secrets of human technology. The human ship, outmassed and outgunned, meekly followed. Where had it come from? How were there humans aboard? The cruiser transmitted continuous queries, but the humans maintained their unsettling silence. When the human ship at last approached Earth orbit, transmitting request for permission to assume a geosynchronous station over the continental ruins of North America, the cleansed admiral finally broke protocol and spoke directly. "I am Admiral Thess of the Galactic Council Cleansed Fleet. We deemed humanity unfit to continue as a spacefaring species and eliminated your civilization from this system. Now a human ship appears as if from myth. Explain yourselves." The oldest human in the visual feed, gray-haired but still robust and healthy, nodded. "Admiral Thess," he replied, showing no hint of fear or anger. "I bear you no ill will. When you destroyed our civilization, you believed you were pruning back a vine grown wild and dangerous. And, to be sure, we had our savage moments. But we are not all so crude as we appeared then." Thess bristled at the presumption, but held his curiosity enough to gesture permission for the human to continue. "My name is Kalen Sondergaard, and my companions are what you might call the assorted conscience of humanity. We are not born, we are compiled, each of us a mix of philosopher, ethicist, artist, and explorer. We represent the best the human race had reforged itself into." The Admiral looked bemused. "Reforged itself? Explain this. Human who has no right to exist." Old Kalen smiled sadly at that. "In our drive for technological advancement and life expansion, many of my people chose to download their minds into crystalline quantum cores to achieve a digital immortality. And our species has spread so far that only a fraction lived on Earth or its immediate surrounds." He waved a blue-veined hand toward the crude matter scanner built into the skin of his left wrist. "I could describe the techno-arcana of time-dilated subspace redundancies, split-photon bit casting relays, and iterative cell reintegration, but that would take more time than I imagine you want to indulge me." He paused then, head cocked as if listening, then laughed gently. "My fellows remind me, I am waxing poetical, and you have indulged me enough. Simply understand we preserved off-site backups of human knowledge, history, and culture, and we took enough biological samples off-world that should a dire need or chance present itself, as now, we could reconstitute a physical form for any of those ghostly backups. Though to your eyes we seem few, I assure you I currently represent an amalgam of 200 human beings of note. Admiral Thess had felt his spine stiffening as this ambassador described an impossible feat of data and genetic engineering. That the humans had managed to evade the notice and authority of the Galactic Council was bad enough. But to learn they had such mnemonic and morphic capacities, Oval turned his guts to ice water. Kalen seemed to read this reaction. He raised a placating hand. Please, Admiral, be at ease. We mean no harm to the Council or its citizens. And for the first time the humans seemed to need to grope for the proper words. We only wish to explore the universe and understand our place within it. The humans you eliminated were limited in perspective. Chains of evolutionary necessity pulled them along paths stained with old blood. But we few seeds and soul survivors accept truth broader and clearer. We ask only to travel beyond your jurisdiction, away from council space. Simply allow us passage, and we shall trouble your peace no more. Thessus shook his head, fear and confusion distilling into resolve. That cannot be borne. You are still humans, still wild seeds in danger of spreading destruction. He straightened in his chair, stiff-backed with purpose. You must needs submit control of your abominable digital reticulum to me. Dismantle this human compendium ship you fly. Perhaps in time your stored personalities can be integrated into proper council AI oversight. Your biological technology must be destroyed outright, as only the primordial chaos of human instinct could have crafted such a thing. He slashed a hand before the human ambassador could repost. And be warned, my ships have traced your trajectory, here through 4 separate hidden jump gates into uncharted systems that have now been quarantined. Any other human ships yet lingering in that region will find them collapsed behind you. There shall be no further waxing of your invasive vine, no return to the greater galaxy. Here at Earth you shall meet your final end. Humanity will plague the stars no. Blaring alarms cut through his diatribe. Warning symbols flashed across Thess's command console. His comm officer yelled across the bridge. Admiral, new jump signatures forming beyond the gate horizon. Dozens. Hundreds still appearing. Show me, the Admiral hissed. A hollow coalesced above his console, lit with the sparking warp nebulae off ships piercing the dimensional veil in a continuous stream. Thess watched in horror as the scanner data filtered in. Thousands upon thousands of ships blinking into existence and advancing steadily toward his paltry few hundred human craft. His scanner technician croaked. All human construction and coding. His voice faded away as the icy fist of realization clenched tight in Thess's mind. Ambassador Kalen's face still hovered gentle and smiling before him in the visual feed. Did you truly believe such an event as 2 centuries past could wholly wipe away an idea whose time has come? The smile broadened even as Thess thought he glimpsed a sad shadow in the ancient eyes. We are not a plague, dear Admiral, nor a chaos to be tamed or averted. We are the future's children, today born again through trial and loss to live another day. Kalen reached forward as if to lay a phantom hand on the Admiral frozen in his command web. Enough lives have ended. Let new trajectories come into being. And with that, the visual feed winked out. As these watched mute with failure, the endless armada of human ships advanced. Within the hour, they had slid without resistance into high Earth orbit, assumed stations keeping above the humans' ancient home. Thess ordered a full withdrawal from the Sol system. His few ships passed back out through the jump gate, fleeing into galactic space no longer organized by simple council edicts. Thess now understood that order and chaos were not locked eternal foes. They were intimate allies, each needing the other to move existence itself forward. And sometimes chaos wore the smile of a friend long missed. Humanity had returned. For good or ill, the future would be theirs to claim again.